Hello, sir. My name is Jay, and welcome to the channel JBC Motive. Can we get to know you, please?
Of course, Jay. Thank you for coming again. I'm Ahmed Dawood, the brand manager for Porsche at Porsche Center Doha, here in Qatar. And today, we invited you to see a very special car.
Indeed. And I'm blown away, by you talking about this car when you unveiled it. It's an absolute stunner, a car with a lot of heritage. Please, can you tell us about the 911 Dakar?
Of course, Porsche has a very rich heritage, one that enables it to conquer not only the past that it had that heritage in, but today and tomorrow as well. And this is an exact example of that. The new 911 Dakar, based on the 992 generation, the current generation of the 911, is a resemblance, is a resurrection of the 959 of 1985 that won the Paris-Dakar Rally. One thing at Porsche, one thing with us all humans, it is one thing to compete against others, but it's another thing to compete against yourself.
True.
And that is the true challenge. And that is exactly what Porsche did with the 911 or with the 959 of Dakar back in the mid-80s. It had to challenge itself. It challenged its engineers to modify the already very successful and phenomenal 959 to compete at the Paris-Dakar Rally. Not just any rally, but the toughest rally on earth back then and up to today. And that's what happened to Porsche in 1985. And this is why we see this car here today celebrating that victory again and again and promising all Porsche fans that the future is bright and they will see all the celebrities, let's say, from the Porsche lineup from the times that they were not around. Because I could imagine that you were pretty young back in 85, Jay, yourself.
I was just been born.
There you go. So this is your chance to know a bit of Porsche's heritage and to celebrate it yourself. And this is something that Porsche can offer all its fans around the world, and probably that would be very challenging for any other brand.
I've heard a lot of the history, yeah? I've read it in books, yeah? Can we see this car up close and personal?
Absolutely.
Please, do us the honor.
Looking at the beginning, at this front, it takes the bonnet from the 911 GT3, obviously. The air openings, of course, always help with the aerodynamics of the car, of the air that flows into the front. And we can already see that we have a hardened mesh here. It's not the normal, let's say, plastic mesh that you see on normal 911s or other cars. This is to support all the rocks. And stones that this car will go through. Another element here is the tow hook.
Yes.
And you can clearly see it identified in red, like it was on its ancestors in the 959 of the Paris-Dakar. Of course, a stainless steel skid plate at the front and back, and we will see that, and extra protection all under the car. Moving forward, let's go this way. Obviously, the car has been raised to allow it to go through rough terrains, and the amount it was raised to was 50 millimeters, so 5 centimeters of extra space, and that makes the total ground clearance that is possible for the 911 Dakar 190 millimeters. This was necessary not only for the terrain, but to allow for these tires, that the special the tires made
By
Pirelli for the Dakar. Another key element is all 911 derivatives today have a 20-inch wheel at the front and 21-inch wheel at the back. The 911 Dakar,
this is different,
got it reduced by 1 inch. So the front is 19-inch and the back is 20-inch. And the wheel design not only, of course, inspired from the Fox wheels, from the classic 911 wheels, but also reinforced for the rough terrain that this car might be exposed to. Going to the side, Again, you see the reinforced
And we still have
fence.
this side skids there, yeah, for protection.
Absolutely. The car is protected all over and here at the back as well.
So we could still see that plastic bumper from the front, yes, carried through the sides and up to the rear.
And under the car that we don't see as well. And again here, another tow hook, another tow element, and the fixed unique rear
Spoilers.
and that you cannot see on any other 911 today. This all comes, of course, with the wheel arches, of course, in reinforced plastics to protect the body. And of course, we cannot ignore the design, the ivory of that race team of the 80s, which we can see back here. So this is where
The Rothman's library.
Rothman's.
Very iconic.
Exactly. And you can immediately recognize it there,
Sure.
even though that the Rothman's logo was replaced by the
Rough roads. For something healthy, yes?
Absolutely. It's not really something that we would like to do these days,
Yeah.
promoting
Yeah.
tobacco or
Yeah.
any other unhealthy products
Yeah.
that are around us. But the heritage remains, and clients who are lucky to get one of the 2,500 units that will be built of this car could choose their own 3 digits.
Numbers.
And here it says 953 because that refers to the car that was before the 959,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
iconic 911
yeah.
for rallies.
True.
And last but not least, if we go
On the
inside,
interior, yeah. So a lot of you viewers will be wondering, oh, inside would be shit because the outside looks like mud, yeah? But
Never.
Porsche would blow your mind when you look into this interior.
Never, absolutely. It's again the race-driven interior design with the race tex material, what we used to refer to as Alcantara
Yeah.
sometimes, on the dashboard and in the seat centers, and carbon fiber bucket seats, typical of racing as standard equipment for the
For the
911
911.
Dakar.
And the rear seats?
And of course, sorry, the ivory, the blue, all with the stitching, with the seat belts, and the specific elements in white, which is part of the exterior color. And
Yeah.
yes, the rear seats were omitted, and a few other elements were also omitted to compensate for the roll cage that goes at the back, which is an optional fitment on this car or on the rough roads package that is available for the 911 Dakar.
I must tell you, I'm blown away. And if I should have a heavy pocket, I should actually be putting an order for this right now. But unfortunately, let's leave it for my afterlife. Thank you very much for coming on the channel.
A pleasure, Jay. And not everybody with a heavy pocket will have a chance to get this. Unfortunately, like all other limited edition
Editions.
911s or cars at this time, it is very difficult to get. We wish everybody a very good day. Enjoy the World Cup as well, and come and visit us whenever you can.